So, now you got a big payday with a big stock option, huh?
Yeah, I earned it. All those big deals I did with NCT. And millions of dollars of revenues and sales.
Well, you've done a great job, Rod.
Meet Rod.
Hi.
A young software salesman on his way to achieving his Silicon Valley dream.
Thinking about opening up a green tech company.
Really?
Meet Natalie, a beautiful young fashion model driven by passion.
I remember you now. You were my English class.
I was.
Yeah.
So how come you never made a pass at me in school?
Throw true love into the equation and anything is possible.
I was wondering if we can keep in contact.
Sure.
How big was the sale?
$1 million.
In other news today, the population of polar bears is declining rapidly.
Hi, my name is Jerry Owens. I'm from Solar Power Accessories.
This morning, flocks of seagulls and crows were found dead in downtown San Jose and along Highway 101.
Hey, I thought I told you to stand back. These birds are contaminated.
The crows and seagulls also caused an accident on Highway 101. Authorities are investigating the cause of their death.
Rod, let's get out of here. I think they're eagles. What's going on?
This is Birdemic. Don't you want to forget? Don't you want to regret? Who will survive? Why do
I'm not worried about those black birds. They're not the dangerous animal. It's the human species that's the dangerous, menacing, and terrifying animal.
This is Birdemic. Don't you want to forget? Don't you want to regret? Who will survive?
Why would birds do something like that? I mean, why would they just attack?
I don't know.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Melcher's Movie Madness. I am Keith Melcher, and with me...
Ryan Brewer.
That's right. And today, we are going to be reviewing the 2010 classic Birdemic, Shock and Terror, directed by James Newgan, James, starring Alan Bagg and Whitney Moore. And Ryan, what did you think of the film?
Well, let me see. Where do I begin with this amazing film? I guess this would be like my first full viewing of the movie. Mm-hmm. The first time we watched it, I didn't actually make it.
You made me turn it off.
I vehemently insisted that we turn it off.
You and the other people made me turn it off.
Yes. And for good reason. We were at a cast party. It was supposed to be a cast party. And he wanted to put on this movie for us. And having watched it all the way through, I gotta say, my feelings haven't changed. but let me just say right off the bat, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it definitely has its moments. It's definitely not the best movie that I've ever seen. I guess I should start by saying it's poorly cut. It's definitely poorly cut. Mm-hmm. Pretty much every scene could have lost several, like not even frames. We're talking like seconds of the film that could have been cut to make easier, better transitions to dialogue, better transitions to other scenes.
Well, you know what the rule is. They say start a scene late, end a scene early.
Yes.
Not this movie. No.
This movie starts a scene super early and then lets it go extremely late.
Instead of just showing a car driving down a road, we have to show the guy get into the car, pull away from his house, enter the highway, stop and get gas, mind you.
Stop and get gas.
And then continue on his way.
Yes. So it's very poorly cut. The camera work's not too bad. It's iffy in spots.
Well, we know they used a dolly track at one point.
Yes, we do. We know they definitely used a dolly track. I don't know how well they used the dolly track. I love it. There's one scene that takes place in a dance club.
Yes. Well,
where,
a green screen made to look like dance. No, that was the actual dance club.
Yeah, that was the actual dance club.
Yeah.
This is the other scene with the song and dance number, basically.
Yes.
Young ladies are doing their makeup, and the brothers can't wait.
Which I will get into later.
Yes. And, like, you can very clearly see the camera's, like, dollying left, and then you can, like, see it hit the end of the dolly because the camera, like, shakes. And then it's like, oh, we better go back the other way. And then it starts going back the other way. And so, yeah, the camera work's not terrible, but there's a few shoddy spots there, here and there.
The sound. Oh,
the
dear
sound,
God, the
sound is, they say that sound, if you can nail the sound, it doesn't matter how bad the rest of the movie is. People can watch it tolerably. Mm-hmm. And now I know why. I know why. Like, this really is, like, the epitome of poor sound design.
Uh-huh.
Like, the sound just, like, cuts out at random.
The first scene, well, after we have the long driving intro.
Yes,
the
nice
first
10
scene
minutes
with
of
the first
driving.
actual dialogue, completely out of sync.
Completely out of sync.
Hi.
I'll be right back with you.
They couldn't, and then it's high.
Hi.
Failed it. Just completely failed it.
And every
right
time
off
they
the
cut
bat.
from a different character, the sound completely changes.
Yes.
The ambient noise just cuts out in some.
Yeah. And it'll cut out before a shot's even done.
Uh-huh.
And then they'll cut to another scene and there'll be no sound. Oh man. This movie actually gives me a little bit of a headache as a filmmaker, as an aspiring filmmaker myself. It just drives me nuts that there are so many, like, very basic rules that are being broken indiscriminately. Like, it's like they didn't even care to try. I mean, I get, you're working on a low budget, you're working on, a feature film. It's not a short film, it's a feature film. You have limited resources. But obviously they had the ability to add sound and edit sound, and no one thought to lay down, like, just your regular ambience track between clips.
No.
So that they would have smooth transitions and...
I don't think they knew about that. I don't...
I don't know. I guess. It bothers me to no end. It's definitely not my favorite movie. I will say that.
Well.
It's tolerable for a laugh. If you're watching with other people. Like, this is not a movie I could just sit down and watch by myself.
This is the 7th time I've watched this film, and I fucking love it. I love every minute of it. Every incompetent, little screwed up minute of it. I love it.
What's going on? Can they get in?
One of the other things that kind of drives me nuts about the movie is I can't tell if it's intentionally bad or badly intentional. It's
You see, I think they set out to make just the greatest movie ever. A cross between The Birds and An Inconvenient Truth.
Yes.
And they failed so spectacularly. And I love it for it. Because they made a sequel to this, which is just not as good, because they set out to make a bad movie.
Yeah.
Intentional failure, not as funny as unintentional failure.
Yeah, unintentionally failing at making a movie is probably more entertaining. I don't know. It depends on the movie, though, too, and in the production value. Like I said, there are certain things that even, like, especially as a filmmaker, I can only tolerate it for so long before that nagging inner voice is just like, oh my god, this is terrible! Oh my god! What were they thinking? It could have been so easily fixed, but they didn't.
And for a movie called Birdemic, Shock and Terror, it's a hell of a long time before the shock and or terror comes into play.
It's like 45 minutes into this movie
We're just following
before
our leads'
anything
lives.
actually
We're
happens.
following them go to work, following them their successes.
Yeah.
The guy made a sale for $1 million at one point.
Yeah, he sale $1 million.
Yeah.
Just an over-the-phone sale.
Telemarketing.
Apparently,
it's not
that
very
happens
clear what
every day.
And then he's at home, and then a big baby man sells him some solar panels. And then later he's selling solar panels. He loved him so much that that's what he does for a living now.
Yeah, he definitely got into the solar panels. He liked that. The movie got extremely caught up in its own message.
Yeah.
To the point of actually being annoying.
Uh-huh.
I get it. I get that there's, the filmmaker has a message and he wants to get it across to people, but
it has an environmental message about
Yes.
global warming, and that's why the birds attack for some reason. And,
Yeah.
And if you want to learn more, you can visit his website at imaginepeace.com, because that's plastered all over the movie too.
yes, it is all
And
over
and the off-brand
movie.
version of Imagine by John Lennon.
Yes.
Hang in the background.
Just... And let's talk about the soundtrack a little bit here. He's so wildly entertained by
I
this
love
movie.
it. I love showing it to people. It's a journey. It took us on a fucking saga.
So, certain songs aside, the entire score basically sounds like it was ripped from a Final Fantasy.
And it more than likely was.
It's very possible, given the fact that that they have the off-brand John Lennon Imagine.
Yeah,
later
well,
on in
if
the movie.
they're probably sound-alikes to the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, at one the movie basically opens with this weird sort of not really creepy, but just kind of weird overture. Or not overture, but just a song. But then it goes into this sort of happy-go-lucky overture that sounds like the overworld theme from Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VII wouldn't surprise me since that game has a very strong environmental message, so it wouldn't
more than like
it wouldn't surprise me if he pulled information from that.
But
or
at one point you said to me, I'm just expecting to end with doo 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 doo.
Yes. I was like, I'm going to be very disappointed if this does not end with don't sue.
But we can't talk about the soundtrack without mentioning the one song that stood out. Hanging out with the family.
Hanging out with the family.
A whole fucking song.
The whole thing.
And oh my god, that song.
Wow.
Mom's in the kitchen making a meal. I'm getting that on my iTunes. I would pay money for that fucking song.
The best part about that whole scene is that they're dancing and they're like the only people in there. The only people in there, and there's this one dude on stage just singing his song.
But it sounds like he has a full band backing him, though. But they're not
like
there. It's just him.
It sounds like there's a full band. They're backing vocals and everything, and but there's nobody else there. And then it later cuts to the same location.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't say there were people, but you could see one person.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure was one of the
shoulder.
other characters from the film. They didn't show their face.
I
so.
wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't even supposed to be intentional, actually. If they just kind of accidentally filmed somebody during the slow dance portion. For all I know, that was like a grip that just didn't get out of the scene in time. Given the way the rest of the movie plays out, it really wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So, let's talk a little bit about the actors. The main guy, I'm not sure, but he may be a robot.
He may be.
He acts like a robot pretending to be a human.
I like sales. It fits my personality.
It's like walking protocols activated.
As he walks so stiffly and so slowly, like...
I am walking like a human would.
I am walking like a human would.
And the lead, she's a fashion model.
She is a fashion model. She's actually not too bad. I mean, as far as acting goes, like
Yeah.
I think it's more.
She's
like,
actually, I've seen her in other things. She's actually gone on.
Yeah.
She's worked for DC Comics for a while on their YouTube channel. So
Yeah, like I kind of see her more. Her performance was based more off of the script,
Yeah.
and the directing,
yeah.
than her own.
She
talents
seemed
as an actress.
to at least emote some,
Yes,
as opposed to Rod,
who just kind of.
Yeah.
Good. And he drives a hybrid too.
He drives. Yeah, he made sure we knew that. He made sure that we knew.
You know,
that.
somebody on the set had a Mustang, and they made sure that thing was photographed as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, this needs to be in this movie at all times. All times. That's really. I mean, that's my thoughts on the movie. Honestly, I don't have much else beyond that because I don't like it. I think it's definitely not a movie. Like I said, it's definitely not a movie I would ever watch again by myself.
I think I probably will. Probably when we're done taping this, I'm gonna watch it.
No,
again.
we're not gonna watch it again. That's not happening.
Don't forget the tree hugger, though.
The tree hugger.
That's my
yes.
favorite scene.
Oh God, the tree hugger.
So, you're a tree hugger?
You could put it that way. I love trees. They're my family. I look out for them and protect these precious redwoods.
The scene ends. I gotta go. There's a mountain lion.
Just you hear this really crappy, like rumbling, roaring stock sound that they came up with, and then just there's a mountain lion. We better get going.
While the bad CG birds are dive bombing the world,
Yes.
making airplane noises, and exploding,
Yeah.
no reason. Some of them spit acid at people.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I have no fucking idea what that was all about.
And then at the end, they just fly away. But not really. They're just stuck in space, just floating there.
You know what? My favorite part of the movie, it's kind of a three-way tie between the death while shitting, the Final Fantasy overworld theme, and when the movie was over. That was probably my number one favorite part of the whole movie. But yeah, that's Birdemic. That's what I think about that. Anything else to add to that, Mr. Melcher?
Well, I also have about 3 favorite scenes.
Yeah.
2 of them I already mentioned: the hanging out with the family, the tree hugger, and the old man on the bridge.
The old man on the
old
bridge.
man who knew what was going on, but not really.
Yeah. Just another way to reiterate the film's message.
Yes. And I also can't forget to mention off-brand Jack Black.
Yeah.
He looks like a potato. He's in one scene. It's just a fucking potato mated with Jack Black and had a potato man.
Potato Black.
Potato Black.
Oh no.
So, yeah, if you're in a good mood, go check it out. If you're in a bad mood, go check it out. It'll put you in a good mood.
Maybe. It might. If you're like me, it might put you in a bad mood. So, but I think that's all the time we have for today. You've been watching Melcher's Movie Madness. Don't forget to like, share, and most certainly subscribe to the channel. You can join us next time when we're reviewing. What are we reviewing, Keith?
Is it Stabbed in the Face?
Stabbed in the Face.
Now it's my turn to be pissed off.
Yes! Yes! I'm Ryan Brewer.
I'm Keith Melcher.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Long time. You owe me some money.